No safety, no recognition, and no justice. Our citizenship was deliberately revoked. Our villages were burned, our homes destroyed, our families killed. Those remains in memory under suffocating restriction, denied education, denied healthcare, and even the freedom of to work from one village to another village. To return under such condition would not mean going home. It would be returning to oppression for us. For us, true return requires guarantees that go beyond words. We cannot entrust our future to the same authorities who carry out atrocities against us. True safety, security will exist when the Rohingya are empowered to protect themselves and communities. This means training, knowledge, self-defense, and self-determination. System that allow us to defend our homes, our families, and our people. It means ensuring we have the ability to respond to danger, to prevent harm, and to stand strong in the face of threats. Our women were raped by the Myanmar military in 2017. Our fathers and brothers could do nothing but watch. Why? Because we are denied the means to defend ourselves. If we had the power, such crimes could never happen. Never again should Rohingya be left helpless in the face of violence. We must prepare our people physically, mentally, and politically to return to our homeland as rightful citizens, not as a silent victim. We need the power to answer every genocider, every persecutor on equal ground. We must prepare our people. We demand self-defense, self-determination, and equality, not for sympathy. We demand the chance to protect our communities, to safeguard our families, to power to raise our children in peace. Self-assurance comes from international community and the United Nations peacekeeper and nation committed to justice. But true safety comes from us, a strong, prepared, and empowered. Today, nearly 1 million Rohingya live in Cox's Bazar refugee camp. Behind barbed wire fence, surviving but not living. Camps are not homes, they are caves. And crisis goes beyond Bangladesh. Rohingya who fled to Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, and India, facing detention, trafficking, and deportation. Why have the Rohingya been scattered across borders for years and years? It is because international community has been unwilling to act decisively. Their silence and inaction allowed our suffering to continue. The international community knows the meaning of words genocide and persecution, but we, the Rohingya, have felt, tasted, and survived the unspeakable reality of genocide. Let me be clear, we are not refugees by our choice. We are refugees because justice abandoned us and we forced to be refugees. We are not asking for sympathy or charity from the international community. We are demanding dignity or rights to live and equipment to empower and defend ourselves. Myanmar government must give us back what we own: our homes, our land, our freedom, our dignity. Justice must not be delayed. Impunity guarantees reputation, and reputation means more lives destroyed. Do not let another generation of Rohingya